All right, what is going on in here? It's a nice day. The weather is really starting to warm up again, and we're definitely starting to head into summer, which is okay. But I don't really like the heat, so I don't think the pigeons really do either. So I need to wriggle this breeding on just a little bit more, I think. So what I've done today is, you'll see, I have put in a second nest bowl in this pair here, which the cock, we've seen him in previous videos, he's always sitting around in the corner somewhere, you know, down here or down in this little corner. I'm trying to call the hen in there, so I thought maybe I will just get a bowl in there and hope for the best. He hasn't really responded as well as what I thought he would to it. He's still sort of hanging around on the floor, but I may lock him in there for an hour or two later and just see if that makes any difference. But you know, just trying to find that nice little balance in here. So pretty happy really, because he is paired up with quite a nice little hen here as well. So I'm hoping they will get close to laying again, because that's their little chick there. They just had a single nester for the first round. That was their first baby, so you know, I don't expect much for the first round for young baby birds. Well, their first year breeding basically. But I think she's pretty interested. She's kind of hanging around that nest bowl, so that's good. She's not going to lay just yet, but hopefully he gets his act together and starts calling her in there. I have opened up this box too. This hen will be laying her second egg, I would say, today. I'm thinking about floating some eggs under these ones. This little male here is Titan Son. He is, you can see they're very, very gentle and very caring, so I think they're going to be really good. He's, you know, he wants to do his part, and you know, pretty happy. So she should lay that other egg at some point today, which is cool. And I most likely will slide maybe Apache's eggs under these ones. We've got a few out of Rosetta, but we do need to get a few more out of Apache, out of the Veenstras. And hopefully one of those babies out of those rounds perform reasonably well for us, and then we can bring those in. That's the plan. We just test some outside birds. Any of the babies perform well, we'll just breed them back into the family, keep that the bloodline going. So that's kind of the real reason why we're trying to get a few out of them, because I want to try and be done breeding by December, which is it's only like 2 months away. And you know, we're doing pretty well at the moment. I think we've got about 20 babies and eggs in here at the moment, and they're all starting to lay again. So it's looking pretty good, because this hen here and that cock bird there, we've got lots like this that we will race as older birds. So that's pretty good. The cock bird, he raced this year. This hen didn't. She was a little bit young, but we'll put her out to the team. So we got a lot of birds here. Rosetta's eggs are doing pretty well. Most likely we'll just let them raise them ones up themselves, so they can just have a bit of a break. This hen, I did put a second bowl in here, and she dropped the egg pretty much within like an hour or two. But the little baby's been a little bit annoying, and you know, being an only child, he's a little bit sooky, so he's kind of just hanging in around with the mum. She will lay that second egg today as well, which is good. Most of the hens that are on one egg at the moment, they'll lay them all today. And I put in another one up here, and good response as well. I only just put that in there now, and 83 straight in there. So I do want to get more off this pair. Ideally it would have been nice to do what we did with this pair here, and they've already got 6 eggs out. These ones are still in their first round, so I may, if things line up, just float a couple of them out. Because these, so this hen here and the 2 Veenstras are definitely the direction we want to go in, which are those, you know, some birds that are really good in the one loft things. You know, because we've invested a little bit of money in this hen, we do need to get a few rounds out of her. So and then we can shut it down, and we might put her together maybe back again with 83. But if we do go to Pattaya, send some birds to Thailand, will most likely be one baby from her as well. We might just let them raise up a single nester, and we'll send that across, and they'll be nice and healthy and strong, gets all the attention, but we'll cross that bridge as we go. But for now, we'll just try and get them down on that second egg as soon as possible, so we can shut that breeding down, hopefully early. I don't want to be mucking around this year. I want to get out well and truly done out of this heat, so that's the main thing. Little Storm, she's going to lay her second egg this afternoon, so in a couple of hours, not too far away. Like I said, there's a lot of eggs in here at the moment. Everything's kind of settled down. I'm pretty happy. You know, we had a bit of trouble in the beginning, sort of getting pairs trying to relax. This was the last one we put in. They're going not too bad. It's just this little cock from this box who's kind of taken over the floor. Hopefully that second nest ball fixes it. If not, I may just lock him in there, put some food and water in there for a day or two, and just lock him in there with his his wife and his baby, and hopefully he pulls his act together. I've just got this door shut at the moment because so that cockbird doesn't get confused and come in this side. It's working. It's we do have pairs that could have went. It's just we didn't have enough pairs. That's the main problem. But everyone's looking pretty good. We're still waiting on an egg from this pair. I don't really know what's going on with them. She can't be too far off lane. She's a beautiful little hen, that one. She's fantastic. I've got two hens like this. One we was just looking at before, and this is Leo's son, but he's still sitting on that ghost egg. He thinks he's sitting on one, but he's a nice bird as well, so we'll see how we go. Very gentle. You're a lot gentler than your father anyway. The father of this big fella here is Leo, which we'll have a look at in a minute. And what's Apache doing? I think he's down there causing trouble. Can we see him? He likes to stir up this cockbird. I don't know why. These two, they fight. They go at it like no tomorrow. You'll see them on the floor, and all they're doing is flapping wings and carrying on. He definitely gives him a run for his money, because this little cock over the back there, he tries and takes over this whole floor. But hopefully with that extra box, he settles down a little bit. With the nest bowl in that box, sorry. So hopefully it does. But most likely he will be in the race team as well this year. So we've got quite a few older ones. So yeah, pretty happy how that's all turning out. I put a second nest bowl in here as well, which was good. Shock's been sitting in there calling her into there. I don't think we'll do. I just want to get the race birds out of the way, and then we'll consider if we ever go down the path of doing any more barless. It's just hard work, and I tell you, with making videos and everything else, it's trying to breed recessives is time consuming, so we'll see how we go. But she will sit on eggs again, and maybe if we get the best Kettle Hen 83 down eggs, it might line up the same, and maybe we'll do a swap. But I've put it in there for now anyway, just because the way she's hanging around in there. So, and the chicks are getting to that age where she may consider laying eggs again, so in the next week or so. So we'll just flick that in there and see how that goes. And there's big Leo. Their eggs are still a little while off hatching, but he's a little bit more aggressive than his son down the bottom there. But yeah, all good. And we'll move across here. We put a second bowl in here a little while ago, and I'd say she's close to laying the Thai Grizzle hen again. She's paired up with Titan and producing some really nice little bit of colour variation in the baby, so that's pretty cool. Still not sure if the tigers or blacks. It might be a black and a tiger, but just a really dark tiger, so we'll just have to hang 5 until we sort of see what happens there. But she's a nice little hen, this one. Hopefully the next video we'll see an egg in there, which would be fantastic. And the big red boy, eh? He's sitting on them. They can't be too far off hatching, to be honest. I just really want to find a different hen for him next year. I want to keep him. I want to keep breeding from him. He's one of those cockbirds we've brought in, and he's done real. He's bred a few. Well, I don't know how many cockbirds he's bred this year. 1, 2, maybe 3. I think he's bred 3 cockbirds this last season. So yeah, we'll just see how we go. I think it was 2. There was 2. There was a mealy hen and a checker. So no, yeah, dark blue checker. So we'll see how we go with that. We just need to find him the right hen. The hen that I did have him paired up with last year, we raced her and we lost her. So yeah, we'll see how we go. We are breeding from his daughter. So the mealy that's over in the other side, that's his daughter. She went all the way out to 515 kilometers and still come back. So she's very consistent, that hen. He is paired up to this little hen at the moment. So yeah, we've got 3 babies out of them. I might let them raise their own round next one, we'll see. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just really trying to maximize some of the new birds we've got coming in as well, so we can give them a good test, like I've been speaking about before. But yeah, pretty happy. Hopefully we might have some yellows come back in again soon, and a little bit more colour. We'll definitely get a lot more grizzles. I think over in the other loft, the other Thai grizzle cock, there's definitely some grizzles or whites coming out of there. And I actually had all 4 of these ones out for their first time out yesterday. There is a little short video up there on about that. They cruised out for about half an hour playing around, and they all trapped in pretty well. We had 3 that went in first, no problem at all. And then this little blue bar, she went missing for a little while and she come back. I think she just went roaming, but pretty happy. I think she might have landed in a tree somewhere, but pretty happy how they all come back and come in through the trap, no problem. So I may do another video this afternoon, a proper one of getting them out for a fly, but won't get it in this one. We'll just sort of get one out and make sure we get it edited and up for you guys, because it's one of those busy days. So I will see you in the next video. Hopefully we'll get these ones out. Well, they will go out, but I'll get a video up.